Well, I'm pretty much not almost done with this damn thing. I got to do a couple little things on here. I'm going to give it a little test run. I got to put a little plate down here. All the rust is killed. Put this piece back on. Got a small little leak in the water from probably this little bypass hose here, and just tighten it down. It's because the fitting that it's installed on is a little bit corroded. Just tightened it down. Actually, the way to fix that would have been to put weather strip adhesive on there and glue it down, but I didn't want to do that because then you can't take the hose off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to either get some Super Prestone stop leak or bars leak, and I tightened it down some. It's not much of a leak though. It's very tiny, only when you shut it off. But that Prestone stuff is pretty safe stuff, and bars leak, I'm going to give it a test out. Seat covers are in here. I'm going to actually install some stretchable vinyl, snowmobile vinyl, underneath here because these are ripped, and tack them down with hog nails, and then this will be glued to that, so it'll look like upholstery. You know, it won't be loose, it'll be tight. And then I'll be getting some cheap automotive grade enamel, just enamel with the catalyst, and we'll be painting it after I do from this line down with the what do you call it, truck bed lining spray. But like I said, you know, I painted this a long time ago with Duplicolor ow, that's hot paint, and it's been on there for 10 years. This has got some, you know, spray from the fence on there, but it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. So you know, I'm going to be giving it a good drive here tomorrow for about 100 something miles. I mean, the day after tomorrow, and see how it goes. But right now, I'm going to give it a little 10 mile or so test ride, see how it goes. And I've been riding around a little bit. Seems fine. Seems fine. It's a little squirrely, around 55, 60 miles an hour. It always has been, because this is not a Samurai. This is actually a Jimny 1300. It's 3.5 inches more narrow than a Samurai. So, you know, Samurais don't roll over that easy, but this one might. But I'm pretty careful the way I ride it. I've been using this thing since 1987. I've had this thing for 26 years. I put 200,000 miles on it myself, and it runs like brand new. It's got a whole bunch of rebuilt major components, so they're good, solid cars. These engines are real easy to rebuild. Also, for your information, I changed the timing belt on it, but this is a non-interference engine, so that means if the timing belt snaps, your valves don't hit your freaking pistons. You just change the rubber band and you're off on your way. That's no problem, man. That's the beauty of this damn thing. So, you know, they really thought of everything. You know, that's the one thing I'm driving a drawback about putting a Volkswagen 1.6 diesel in there, because it is an interference engine. It is an interference engine. And if you take it in extremely cold weather, diesels ain't really the best thing in the world for extremely cold weather. This crap, you can just shoot some starting fluid in the carburetor, and you know, the bitch will go. And it looks like the brake fluid stays nice and full, because the only place I had a slight leak was that one rebuilt master wheel cylinder. Changed that out. Starts right up, runs great. It's got good power for a Suzuki Samurai. Gets up to speed like I was just touching the gas on that. So this Toyota carb is pretty damn good, man, to tell you the truth. And you know, brakes work too. But yeah, nice clear window on the side, so you can see out that freaking mirror. And I got my little MP3 player hooked up into my radio. So you know, cute, right? Better than an M151, because that damn thing was like no radio and it rolled over and you'd be scared to do it. But if you're in an M151, you'd never be going this fast. It's the fastest ever went one was 60 miles an hour. This damn thing. This will do 55, 60, and if you go past that, it's getting scary because it's kind of squirrely. It's kind of squirrely, but this Toyota car does run very good on this car, and you know, it's got plenty of I used to have a 1300 Volkswagen Beetle, 1966. This is got a 1300. I swear this thing's got a lot more power than that. So it's adequate. You know, I don't know why the hell people change the engines on these, because that ruins all the gas economy. And it's not too many. Anything you buy today with four-wheel drive, it's got shitty gas mileage. Oh, I mean, it's horrible. I mean, unless you're spending $40,000 on a freaking diesel with electronics, that the first EMP that hits electronics will be all freaking toast. This thing's got no computer. I got an extra distributor for it with an extra igniter. The igniter is pretty freaking solid, you know, as far as, you know, it's all wrapped up and stuff. It's sitting in a, as a matter of fact, it should sit in a Faraday cage. So this thing will run. This thing will run. It's a great little Jeep. Wish they still made them, I'll tell you the truth. I wish they still made these damn things. It's like a damn good vehicle. And you can see it's nice and green here in sunny Florida. So, you know, time to take this thing out someplace. It looks like tightening down that hose. I tightened down this hose, there, and there. I don't see any leak at all. It just used to leak a little bit when I stopped. So I stopped now for 15 minutes. I don't see any water coming out. So I'm going to put a little bars leak in it anyway, because that's pretty some safe stuff. But it seems okay, man. Just going to do some more grease on the bottom by the U-joints and see how things are. But it seems all right. I got a feeling something's going to happen though, because it's been sitting a while, but generally speaking, it's pretty damn solid.